Yo, what's good, y'all? Today we're going to be talking about punch in recording, which is a recording technique and is also known as punch in, punch out. So, what is punch in recording? Punch in recording is recording on a previously recorded track, or another track can be dedicated for use, and you're carefully erasing, recording, and aligning what you recorded on the tracks with delicate precision and avoiding ruining the other recordings there. So, you're pretty much recording along the lines of what you already recorded, but you're stopping at certain intervals and then starting again, if that makes sense. And I wanted to talk about this certain technique because it is widely practiced now, and most tracks are recorded in this specific fashion. But it can pretty much be defined as you're recording and then you're stopping and then recording again along with the previous track before that you recorded. So it's just stop here, say something else, stop again, and it continues on and on going in that way. And I can't speak for all producers and engineers, but I feel like this practice is somewhat feared by producers and engineers when, they're having to do their job and, their musician or whatever that is there is constantly stopping and wanting to do over tracks again and stopping again. And what punch and recording does is kind of really helps a song gets to another potential, because most tracks are recorded in one go or one take, and we can use that and look back into the past where there were most tracks were recorded in one go. Maybe they could have split it up, but as much as the digital interfaces evolved, they are starting to be more punch in, punch out. I'll record this much and I'll stop and then record again. But in the past, it would usually have to be in one take, as we use that term, one take. I'll speak more about that later, but yeah, most tracks are recorded in one go, and this punch in recording is something a little newer that came on the scene. And as I was saying before, musicians record several times or several tracks parallel to the previous tracks that they recorded, or all tracks they recorded before. And then the producers and engineers choose the best, take or best layered vocals, and they mix those together. And then we get into the digital recording, into the DAWs. And DAW stands for Digital Audio Workstations. And as I explained before, in the DAW timeline, punching in and out can be done by selecting in and out points on that timeline in the audio workspace. And to reiterate again, some software will play the previous recorded tracks, and a new recording will begin after that other track at the out point. And then when the recording is finished, that is the new point. My observation is that this is a primarily only in hip hop way of recording music, in a new recent form of recording music, and it replaces writing. You're writing a whole song with freestyling each and every bar. You replace few tracks with multiple tracks layered that can be merged later on, but at the same time you're freestyling bars and pushing one after another to record on the next, making new tracks and pausing after you recorded a track to record on the next. And then on the flip side, writing verses allows for recording with no pauses in one take. While punching in and out, you're recording multiple times with multiple takes on whatever section that you need to focus on. And we'll get into more of that. So let me explain takes really quick. So takes are basically whenever you hit record, or if you go all the way to the end of the song, or you go all the way to a point where you set, and that's one take. And if you didn't like that, you can do another take, which you're pressing play and you're recording what you have to say, and then you're stopping. That's one take. And then if you're doing another one, that's another take, but that's one take as well for that section that you wanted to work on. So what I'm trying to say as well for punching in is it allows you to record section by section. So you can take certain sections and multi-take those sections to make sure it's within your liking, because whatever take you start on, you probably may not like that take. And if you're punching in and punching out, you can do that. And, on the flip side, with writing verses, you may slip up at one part in your whole one take. But if you're punching in and out, you can pause here, say this more clearly. You can pause here and say this the way you want it to be said, and it goes in that way. it helps breaking up the song into sections, because if you mess up on a certain section, you can go in and fix that section by punching in and out. It also helps break up the recording session, saves a little bit of stamina instead of going, full run through each and every time. You know what I'm saying? And there's, a few ways you can touch on it. You can punch in on the fly, where you just punch in and you go all the way through. That's a way that you can say that you're punching in. You can punch in and out, where you punch in and then stop. You can punch in and loop, where you punch in and you kind of loop that first part to kind of give yourself things to think about for your next bar that you're going to spit. And then you can do your takes to your liking by punching in, as I already stated that before, because it is really an easy way to make music, more so because you say something, you kind of listen back to that, or you kind of think of something else and you add that right away, instead of, writing everything down more so and having to practice over and over and over, and then one little slip up in the whole take, you have to do the whole take again, and you can't punch in on that part because it has to be made in one take for most songs at a time. You know what I'm saying? So I hope you have a good grasp of what punch-in recording is, and maybe you already know what it is, but this is just a better explanation. Or for those who don't know, this is kind of a rough explanation or explanation of what punch-in recording is. And it's probably one of the easiest thing to do right now. Anybody can pull up a recording station or whatever, and they can hit record really quick and stop. And say something real quick and stop. So that's basically punching and recording. And that goes into songwriting, making videos and things in that space. So I wanted to give a little bit of personal insight on this recording, because I have personally done it myself, and I've done, the longer one take formula as well. And for me, the easiest one is to do writing. I like to write songs. I like to take my time, sit down and write something, know what I'm going to say. And sometimes I can do on the fly, but on the fly, I still have to write down really quick to make sure I'm getting what I want to be heard or what I want to say out there. You know what I'm saying? It's all about personal use. This is also a way to get people to think about how they want to record music or how they want to make songs, where, a lot of what I see now is kind of punching in. It's a lot easier, but I just wanted to give my point of view, where it's like I want to write and I'll punch in what I wrote. So that also helps. That's pretty much how I kind of do it. I can punch in what I wrote, or I'll just do one take, because that's kind of what I like to do. I'll do one whole take, because I don't like when it gets cut up sometimes. But, certain songs, I'll like it to be cut up. Certain other songs, I want it to be one take, one flow through. But that's just my personal insight. I kind of do have an issue sometimes with punch and recording, because it just feels so mainstream at the point that nobody knows how to make a song in one take, or actually, freestyle in one take almost, but a freestyle can be punching as well too, where you're literally everything you say is kind of a freestyle, but it's a whole nother conversation. I just wanted to bring light to these recording techniques, and both of these are perfectly fine in recording, And, I think when I'm making this as well, too, I'm hoping to get better at punching recording, because I'm a writer, and I take time before I even write a song. I just want to get into a song and just punch in, say what I'm feeling, say what's going on with me, because I think that's one of the most authentic ways you can make a song as well, too. But while you're writing, that is also very authentic as well. So I'm just trying to balance these things out and talk about these things to really, talk about them, But with that, y'all, I hope you got something from this video. Hope you take something for yourself. I'm learning something as well. And with that, y'all, I'm gonna catch y'all another time. It's been choosing. I'm out.